Trust is not easy, you know that and I know that, because trust is not just a word we say lightly or a promise we toss around when emotions are high. It is a fragile bridge built over the deepest fears we rarely show to anyone. It is the quiet decision to open a door that has been locked for years. It is choosing to believe that you will handle my heart with care even when the world has taught me to guard it like treasure. And today I am standing here, not perfect, not fearless, but brave. Enough to say that I am giving you my trust, not because it is easy, not because I have never been hurt, not because I am naive, but because I see something in you that feels steady, something that feels honest. Something that feels worth the risk, and I want you to understand how powerful that is, because trust is built from countless small moments, kept promises, honest conversations, choosing truth over comfort, choosing loyalty over temptation, choosing patience over pride. And when I say I trust you, I am saying I believe in your character, I believe in your integrity, I believe that when storms come you will not run, that when misunderstandings arise you will not hide, that when life tests us you will not fold under pressure, and that belief is not small, it is not casual, it is one of the most valuable gifts I can give. Trust means I will speak my fears instead of pretending I have none. It means I will let you see the parts of me that are still healing. It means I will allow myself to lean on you without constantly preparing for you to let go. And that kind of vulnerability takes courage, it takes strength, it takes a heart that refuses to stay closed just because it has been bruised before. And I want you to feel the weight and the beauty of this moment because I am not giving you perfection. I am giving you authenticity. I am not giving you a flawless person, I am giving you a real one, someone who has learned that walls may protect you but they also isolate you, someone who has decided that living guarded is not the same as living fully, and trusting you is my way of choosing a fuller life. I am choosing to believe that you will match my honesty with yours, that you will guard what I share with you, that you will not take lightly the access you have to my thoughts, my dreams, my insecurities, my ambitions, my past, and my future, because trust is not a one-time declaration, it is a daily practice, it is built in the quiet consistency of showing up, in the discipline of staying true to your word, in the humility of admitting mistakes, in the maturity of fixing what is broken. Instead of walking away, and I am ready to practice that with you, I am ready to build something strong not because it never shakes but because we refuse to let it fall, and I want this to inspire you too. Because when someone trusts you, it awakens a higher version of yourself, it calls you to be better, to be more patient, more reliable, more thoughtful, more intentional, it challenges you to become someone worthy of that belief, and that is beautiful, that is powerful, because trust is not just about what I give, it is about who we both become through it. It is about choosing growth over ego, communication over silence, faith over fear, and even when doubts whisper in the background, even when past memories try to warn me to be careful, I am choosing courage, I am choosing hope, I am choosing you. Understand that giving you my trust does not mean I expect perfection, it means I expect effort. Honesty, accountability, and respect, It means I believe we can handle hard conversations without tearing each other down, that we can disagree without disrespect, that we can face challenges without turning into strangers, because real strength in any connection is not the absence of conflict but the presence of commitment, and I am committed to showing up fully, committed to speaking truth kindly, committed to listening without defensiveness, committed to building rather than breaking, and when I say trust is not easy but I am giving it to you, I am saying I am ready to grow beyond my fears, I am ready to let go of the past's grip on my present, I am ready to believe that not everyone is meant to repeat the same mistakes. I am ready to see you as you are, not as a shadow of someone who hurt me before. This is my leap of faith. This is my declaration that love, partnership, friendship, whatever beautiful form this takes, deserves a foundation that is solid, and foundations are not built with suspicion, they are built with sincerity, with transparency, with mutual care, and I promise to protect your trust the way I hope you protect mine. I promise to be consistent, to be clear, to be accountable, to be loyal in action, not just in words, because trust thrives in alignment between what we say and what we do, and I want our actions to speak louder than any fear, so take this gift gently, hold it with respect. Nurture it with honesty, strengthen it with patience, because I am not offering you something small, I am offering you the courage of my open heart, the willingness to believe in something beautiful even when the world sometimes feels uncertain, and I hope this inspires you to trust too, to let down your own walls, to meet me halfway with bravery and sincerity, because when two people choose trust intentionally, they create something unshakable, something resilient, something that does not collapse at the first sign of difficulty, and that is what I want with you, a bond built not on perfection but on perseverance, not on fantasy but on faith, not on convenience but on commitment. And yes, trust is not easy, but I am giving it to you because I believe that together we can prove that it is worth it, that it is powerful, that it can transform fear into strength and uncertainty into confidence, and in this moment I am choosing hope over hesitation, courage over caution, growth over guarding, and I am stepping forward with an open heart, saying this is me, this is my truth, this is my trust, and I am placing it in your hands with faith that you will honor it, protect it, and build something extraordinary with it. Trust is not easy, and I want you to understand that when I say I'm giving it to you, I'm not handing over something small or ordinary, I'm placing in your hands the quiet nights I survived alone, the lessons I learned from heartbreak, the promises I once whispered to myself after disappointment, the parts of me that I don't show to the world, the fragile corners of my heart that still remember what it felt like to be let down, because trust is not just a word to me, it is history, it is memory, it is courage, it is the decision to believe that this time, with you, things can be different. And I need you to know that this is not blind faith, this is a conscious, powerful choice, a choice I am making because I see something in you that feels steady, something that feels safe, something that feels worth the risk, and yes, it is a risk, because trusting someone means allowing them the power to hurt you. But it also means allowing them the chance to protect you, to honor you, to stand by you when life gets heavy, and I am choosing to focus on that possibility instead of my fears. I am choosing to believe that what we are building deserves honesty, loyalty, patience, and consistency, because trust grows in the small things, in the kept promises, in the returned calls, in the truthful answers even when the truth is uncomfortable, in the way you show up not only when it's convenient but when it matters. And I am telling you this in the most human way possible, without pride, without ego, without pretending I am fearless, because I'm not fearless. I've been hurt before, I've been disappointed. I've questioned my own judgment, I've wondered if I was too much or not enough, but I've grown, I've healed. I've learned that closing my heart protects me from pain but also from love, and I don't want to live guarded forever. I don't want to measure every word or doubt every intention. I want to breathe freely in this connection. I want to feel secure without overthinking. I want to believe that when you say you care, you mean it. And when you promise something, you will stand by it, because trust is built when actions and words walk side by side, and I promise you that if I am giving you my trust, I am also giving you my honesty, my effort, my consistency, my willingness to communicate instead of assuming. My courage to speak when something hurts instead of silently building walls. I am not asking for perfection, I am asking for intention. I am not asking you to never make mistakes, I am asking you to choose integrity when mistakes happen, to choose accountability over excuses, growth over ego, understanding over defensiveness, because that is how trust survives storms, and believe me, every relationship will see storms. Misunderstandings will happen. Life will test us, insecurities might whisper doubts, but what keeps two people strong is not the absence of problems, it is the presence of commitment, the daily decision to stay respectful, to stay transparent, to stay loyal even when no one is watching. And I am giving you my trust not because it is easy but because I believe in the power of two people who choose each other intentionally. I believe that when trust is honored, it becomes the strongest foundation love can stand on. It turns fear into confidence, distance into closeness, silence into comfort. It allows us to be vulnerable without feeling weak, to share dreams without fearing judgment, to admit flaws without fearing abandonment, and I want that kind of connection, the kind where we don't have to constantly prove ourselves, where reassurance comes naturally, where loyalty is not demanded but given freely, and I am willing to be that kind of partner, the kind who communicates openly, who respects boundaries, who values your feelings, who celebrates your wins and stands beside you during your struggles, because trust is not one-sided, it is mutual, it is something we both nurture with patience and care, and I need you to see the depth of what I'm offering, because when I say I trust you, I am saying I believe you will not take my vulnerability lightly. I believe you will not play with my emotions. I believe you will not treat my heart as something temporary or replaceable. I am saying I see potential in us that is worth protecting, worth investing in, worth fighting for if challenges come, and that belief takes strength, it takes maturity. It takes a willingness to let go of past fears and step into something new with hope instead of hesitation. And hope is powerful. Hope is what allows two imperfect people to create something beautiful together. Hope is what turns what if it fails into what if it works. And I am choosing the second question. I am choosing to focus on what we can build instead of what could go wrong. I am choosing to stand in courage instead of insecurity. And I hope you understand that trust is not a one-time gift. It is a daily exchange. It grows when we listen to each other, when we respect each other's time, when we protect each other's reputation even in private, when we remain faithful in thoughts and actions, when we speak kindly even in frustration, when we prioritize each other in a world full of distractions. And I want you to know that I am committed to being someone you can trust too, someone who keeps your secrets safe, someone who honors your vulnerabilities, someone who supports your ambitions, someone who doesn't disappear when things get complicated, because trust is built in consistency, and consistency is love in action, and if we can master that, if we can choose each other every day with sincerity, if we can handle disagreements with respect and distance with reassurance, then what we create will not be fragile, it will be resilient, it will be strong enough to withstand doubt, strong enough to silence outside noise, strong enough to grow deeper with time instead of weaker, and I am not perfect. I will have moments of fear, moments where I need reassurance, moments where my past tries to remind me of old wounds, but I promise to communicate those feelings instead of letting them poison what we have. I promise to trust you fully instead of halfway, because halfway trust is just waiting for something to go wrong, and I don't want to wait for disaster. I want to build security. I want to build something that feels calm, stable, real, and lasting, and that starts with this choice, this brave, vulnerable, honest choice to look at you and say, despite everything I've been through, despite the risks, despite the uncertainties, I am giving you my trust, not carelessly, not blindly, but intentionally, because I believe you are capable of handling it with care, and I believe that when two people respect the weight of trust, they create a bond that is rare, a connection that feels safe, empowering, and inspiring, and that is what I want with you, something rooted in integrity, watered with patience, strengthened by loyalty, and protected by mutual effort, because trust is not easy, but it is powerful, and today, I am choosing to be powerful enough to give it to you. Trust is not easy, and I won't pretend that it is, because trust is not a small word you casually hand to someone like a greeting, it is not a light promise whispered without thought, it is a piece of your heart. A fragile bridge built over every fear you've ever known, every disappointment you've ever survived, every silent tear you wiped away when someone didn't show up the way they said they would, and yet here I am, standing in front of you with all my imperfections, all my scars, all my guarded parts, saying something that costs me more than pride and more than comfort. I am giving you my trust, not because it is easy, not because I have never been hurt, not because I am naive about the world, but because I choose to believe that what we are building is stronger than the doubts that try to whisper otherwise, because I know that without trust, nothing real can grow, and I don't want something temporary with you. I want something deep, something steady, something that can survive storms and still recognize the sunlight when it returns, and trust is the foundation of that kind of love, that kind of connection, that kind of future. So understand this clearly: when I say I trust you, I am saying I am willing to let you see the unfiltered parts of me, the fears I don't post about, the dreams I'm almost afraid to say out loud, the vulnerabilities that make my voice softer and my heart beat louder. I am saying I believe you will handle my heart with care even when it would be easier not to. I am saying I believe your words will match your actions, your promises will match your presence, and your loyalty will match your love. And that belief does not come cheaply, it comes from growth, from learning that protecting yourself from everything also means blocking yourself from something beautiful. It comes from realizing that strength is not just about standing alone but sometimes about standing together and allowing someone else to hold space for you. And yes, trust feels risky, because it means I cannot control everything. It means I have to release the constant need to anticipate betrayal. It means I have to silence the voice that says what if they leave, and instead listen to the voice that says what if they stay, and I am choosing that voice with you.